who did when in different circumstances. But on the merits, the question here isn't about production of documents. Anybody who's ever been involved with subpoenas and presentation of documents knows that document dumps are fairly normal. The question is what is actually being presented? What is being shared? The Oversight Committee has identified 82,000 pseudonym communications that could, and this is the whole point of an investigation, contain key evidence for which they've only received 14 documents. These are the questions about the pseudonym emails that have been identified, 29,000 of which are between the Office of the Vice President and the family's businesses. So for those of us who are concerned about the flow of international dollars into the Biden family, which is hard to even dispute based on the indictment that is now sitting before us with respect to Hunter and where he's gone with his tax records, but importantly, what we know from other evidence about the extent of the millions of dollars flowing into the Biden family, Hunter and other members of the family. The question is, well, what did the vice president know when he was vice president? What did the president know? What did he know between those times? That's the point of the investigation. Again, we have 82,000 pseudonym communications, 29,000 between the Office of the Vice President and these family businesses, and yet we only have 14 of those produced. We still have the subpoenas outstanding for Mark Daley and Jack Morgan that I alluded to before that are not being responded to. The reason is because those go to the heart of the problem. Those get to the heart of the question. So the point here, and with respect to previous quotes and so forth, the quote that the gentleman was referring to was my conclusion at the end after the inquiry is my conclusion about that point is said with respect to the articles. My point here is with respect to an inquiry, and look, again, none of us are perfect to go through this. I just went back and reread the op-ed I wrote on December 11th, 2019, in which I concluded not to support the impeachment articles. But notably, I presented that I did not think the phone call was perfect. I did think there were issues that merited looking into when I was sitting before all of that to make sure we understood exactly what the communications were. The point is we should pursue all of the facts wherever they may lead as the body in Article 1 that is supposed to be checking Article 2. And in this instance, what we're looking at here are very important unresponded to queries by this branch, Oversight and Judiciary and others, to the administration. Again, what are we concerned about? What are we afraid about learning from Daley or Morgan? Why do we not want to make sure that Daley and Morgan come forth and testify? Why would that be concerning? Why do we not want to have those emails that are potentially pseudonym emails, as we understand it, in terms of the communications between the Office of the Vice President and the family businesses, when we're talking about millions of dollars flowing from international sources with all sorts of connections with people who have testified on the record, Devin Archer and others, about where the president was and the president's knowledge of the existence of these family businesses and the fact that they were selling, quote, the brand. There is significant amount of evidence that has come forward that raises questions that this body should want to know the truth about. I yield back.
Mr. Chairman.
I yield back.
Mr. Chairman.
Gentleman.